And this was one of those, well, as the 49ers are rolling, we just assume they're going to destroy everybody. And anybody that was in a fantasy league playoff or championship game yesterday, the 49ers defense was feeling pretty good because Derek Carr had been sent to the glue factory by Josh McDaniels. In came Jared Stidham. What's he going to do against the 49ers? This is going to be a long, miserable day. Well, Stidham and the Raiders had a little surprise for the 49ers. Devontae Adams helped contribute to that surprise. It ended up being one of the great games of the day. 37-34 overtime win for the 49ers. Ninth straight win. Not a blowout, not dominant, but they get it done. And you know what? Maybe the Packers won't go to Santa Clara in the first round of the playoffs because the 49ers could still end up being the 1 seed. If the Eagles lose to the Giants and the 49ers beat, let me see who they're playing here, the Cardinals next week, the 49ers will be the 1 seed.
Yeah. I mean, it could play out that way, but I mean, with the Giants locked into the 6th seed, it's kind of like, well, the Eagles have motivation to win that game, but the Giants really don't. So we'll see. I mean, anything can happen. I certainly didn't see the Saints beating the Eagles yesterday. But I mean, one of the interesting things to me, about the 49ers yesterday is, Brock Purdy was good, obviously, coming into that game. And then, he played a little bit well. And then he had some lulls there where you're like, uh-oh. I mean, this guy is finally starting to look like a rookie quarterback, and you don't really expect to see that against a Raiders defense that has been very bad throughout the course of the 2022 season. So he was able to recover from that. I mean, got some things going to Brandon Ayuk at the end of the game, and that's really why they won. And honestly, I think that could be one of these things that helps propel Brock Purdy to a level where he can really get them to the Super Bowl, because they hadn't really faced that much adversity with him as the QB. I mean, when you've got a defense that's that good, all you got to do is kind of protect things and make sure that you're going to be all right. And Kyle Shanahan's offense is obviously very quarterback friendly, but when you really have to make some big time throws, and I mean, this thing was like up and as a prayer, and that could have ended really, really poorly, and he got them in position to win at the end of regulation. I think that tells you a lot about where Brock Purdy is and how he really has solidified himself as a quarterback despite being a 7th-round rookie.
I still see random comments, again, from people who should know better, that Jimmy Garoppolo's in a great position. He could come back and lead a Super Bowl team.
That doesn't make any sense.
And he's going to be a free agent, blah, blah. No, if they get to the Super Bowl with Brock Purdy, they're not going to sit Brock Purdy on the bench. Have you lost your damn mind? Yeah. Brock Purdy will continue to drive the bus if they keep winning. They're not going to say, oh, Jimmy's back. Whoa, thank God. Let's get rid of Brock Purdy before it all falls apart. No, it's doing the opposite of falling apart. He keeps winning. They keep thriving, although they were not dominant. And here's let's listen a little bit to the head coach of the 49ers, Kyle Shanahan, on Brock Purdy's performance, dealing with adversity and getting the win that they should have had much more easily in overtime.
And what Brock's doing is real. I mean, he's a talented guy who's very tough. And when he does make mistakes, he understands why, and then he tries to learn from them. He doesn't have a ton of experience in this league and playing, so every time he goes out there, whether it is good or bad, I feel like when you got the skill set and you play the game the right way, he's only going to get better from it. So there's a number of situations that happened today that he didn't get in his other 4 games, and yes, I do think that helps.
That's not great lighting for Kyle Shanahan, but good Lord, he's aging like a president as the coach of that team. Even when things are going well, there is a lot of stress to be the head coach of the 49ers, because you never know when one of your key players is going to get injured. Because they go out, well, you know what, it's funny now what you notice, like on social media, as the Rams are falling apart, when they use a photo of McVay for the graphic, they find the most unflattering photos possible to make him look completely miserable now that they've lost 11 games. I digress. The 49ers are a team that will continue to be very dangerous, but they are a stressful team to follow because of the fact, I was talking to somebody about this the other day, that the Broncos ownership seems to be very self-aware of injuries and that it's not just stuff happens. And teams have had clusters of injuries in recent years, and what do you do about it? And the person I was talking to mentioned the 49ers. I said, the problem with the 49ers, it's not that they've got bad training, bad flexibility, bad nutrition. They just roll out of bed and they run through a wall. And sometimes the wall wins. And that's the big concern about the 49ers. That's the one thing that will continue to threaten to keep them out of the Super Bowl. Having a key injury to a key player and not having that player available for one of these games that's looming against the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Packers, whoever. But I still believe the 49ers are the best team in the NFL right now, even though they didn't win easily yesterday. And the Bills may make me feel differently tonight if they go in and blow out the Bengals. Who knows? Or if the Bengals blow out the Bills, I may feel like the Bengals are the best team right now in the NFL. But, the best teams, the teams at the top, didn't have an easy go of it January 1, 2023. Chiefs struggled with the Broncos. 49ers struggled with the Raiders, and the Eagles lost at home to the Saints. So who knows who's the best right now, but it just shows you that this league is crazy. We just assume things are going to go a certain way when the playoffs roll around. There's going to be some disruptive teams, and one or more of these great teams could end up getting bounced early, especially if they have a weird day like we saw the 49ers have yesterday.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, in regards to injuries in the 49ers, one of the things that's going to help them, obviously, is getting Deebo Samuel back. And he returned to practice last week. So that's a good sign for them. Who knows how many snaps, if any, he's going to play against the Cardinals. But getting him healthy is just another dimension to that offense. And when you have Christian McCaffrey playing as he's playing, and he had, something like 150 plus yards from scrimmage yesterday. I don't quite know exactly what it was offhand. But when he's running like he's running and making catches, and making plays the way he does, that really, really adds a lot to what the 49ers can be. Look, Christian McCaffrey was a mid-season addition for them, and it feels like he's been playing for that team. Look at the way he runs over a defender. Are you kidding me? But he feels like he's been playing for that team for years because he just fits exactly what they do so darn well, and he's so freaking talented. So, I think when you get Deebo Samuel back, again, it adds another dimension to that offense. It takes more pressure off of Brock Purdy to have to make plays after plays after plays because he's got another guy he can distribute the ball to. The 49ers, I don't know if they are the best team in football right now. For me, I think they're certainly up there. I would argue that the Bengals are. But, yeah, they're certainly going to be dangerous in January.
Boy, 49ers-Bengals Super Bowl, that would be the third time those two franchises have crossed paths. They did it twice in the 80s, before Myles was alive. But yes, indeed, it did happen, Myles. Twice with Joe Montana and the 49ers winning. Both games very close. The first one not so memorable. The second one extremely memorable. Super Bowl 23, I believe it was. 22 or 23? 22. God, 23. It was 23. It was Washington over the Broncos in 22. Anyway, two Super Bowls that did happen before you were born. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.